Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bubbles, the podcast about comics, anime, pop culture, and all that entails. I am Terry Williams, your jovial host, and joining me from the nether realm ether world is Mr. Joshua Burns. Josh, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, Terry. I am existing, living, breathing, all those things. How are you doing, Terry?
I am good. Recovering, been tired a bit, been running a lot, doing a lot of shows, buying some collections, all kinds of stuff. It's been a lot of fun. Meeting some new people, trying to corral some guests for the show, that kind of thing, surviving.
He's too modest to say, but he's been absolutely killing it on the sales side of things, absolutely destroying every show he's been to. So congratulations.
I wouldn't say destroying, but yeah, it's been a good year as opposed to last year, so I cannot complain about that. I'm seeing a little resurgence in the hobby, which is good. I'm seeing some prices coming back up. They've stabilized a bit, which we kind of figured would happen. Kind of a little shocked that sales have been so good since it's being a election year, and people are typically leery with the economy, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing with the election what's going to go on. But yeah, overall, been happy with it. So being that I've been so busy, I've actually missed out on some things. One of those was D23, which I know you were talking just before we started. We're by the way, folks, we are flying by the seat of our pants. There is no script to this. We're just flying by the seat of our pants, which is kind of how I like it.
Well, we're also very good at it because that's how we do every episode.
Exactly. But yeah, absolutely. There's never a script with this. It's just kind of, let's talk about this, and this, and we go. So today, Josh had been mentioning D23. I unfortunately didn't get to see or hear much of what happened, what was announced, that kind of thing. So Josh is going to go through, highlight some things, and get opinions and feedback from yours truly.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, D23 is kind of the big announcement moment conference for Disney and all their umbrella companies that they own. They talk about just about everything. They talk about the comic side of things. They talk about movies and television. They even go into depth on the new things that are coming to their theme parks, which was actually, surprisingly enough, a big draw this year. A lot of new rides coming to new parks and stuff like that. And I think that has to do with Universal has been really making a big push on expansion.
Nice.
They have a new Universal theme park coming to Dallas.
Oh,
yeah,
did
in
not
Frisco.
know. Nice.
It's going to be huge.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they're making a bunch. So Disney kind of has to step up their game because of Universal.
Yeah, I'm actually a big Universal fan. I've been to both, and I actually enjoy Universal more than Disney.
Yeah, that's what most people say, and I think that I've never been to Universal, and that surprises me. I only had ever gone to Disneyland when I was a kid, and I liked it moderately, I mean, I didn't get to go, though, when the big stuff was there. I went before Harry Potter was a thing at Disney, or the Avatar thing, which I hear is amazing.
Yes.
Or all the Avengers stuff was open.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I went before Avatar. I went back in my Best Buy days. We went twice because our store performed really well, and got to take my wife and kids and stuff at the time, and it was fun. My daughter actually won a night in Cinderella's castle, so she got to stay in the room that 90% of the workers have never even been in. So it was fun. But we actually enjoyed Universal more.
Wow, interesting. So a lot of announcements were made, very specifically also Marvel themed. And let's get right into it. So The first thing I think that I want to talk to you about is uncontroversial, but the Fantastic Four First Steps. They have officially announced that is the title of the new Fantastic Four movie.
Okay.
And they showed the footage, a little bit of footage, and it was a raucous yes.
Is this I think I did see a steal. Is this the white suits?
These are the white suits for now, but they're so from my understanding, they are it's very retro.
Okay.
A very retro-y movie. I don't know how far into the past that the Fantastic Four are a thing. But I think, when the cataclysmic thing in space happens and they get their powers, I think that somehow transports them into the future. So I think their original suits from the past, whether it's 60s or 70s, and I think they're aiming for 60s or 70s or even 50s maybe.
Cool.
But I think those are like the white suits, and then they maybe modernize them as they
Nice. Okay.
forward.
I'd be interested in it. And
So,
that
yeah.
has the star Reed Richards is
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, yeah.
Vanessa Kirby is his lovely betrothed.
Okay.
And then
Sue Storm.
Joseph Quinn is the Human Torch, who is famous. He is just now getting famous and actually blowing up quite a bit. He was famous because he played Eddie on Stranger Things, the Metallica guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to be Johnny Storm, and
That'll
I
be
love
good.
that. I think that was
might
my.
be good. That might
I actually
be a
think
good
that was
fit.
my favorite casting because
So-
I think he's a
Yeah.
great actor.
Whose cast is the thing?
Interesting, but the more I see it, the more I like it. It's Ebon Moss-Bachrach from the show, the hit show The Bear.
Oh, okay.
And he is Cousin Richie
Okay,
from The
okay.
Bear. And he is a terrific
I can
actor.
see that.
I think everyone thoroughly agrees he is a
Did they
terrific
give
actor.
any idea of the big baddie or anything in the movie?
They say that people say who watched the footage that Galactus makes an appearance.
Hey, I hope it's the actual Galactus, not the other crap we had.
But there was another announcement that happened later in D23 that
Really?
you and I talked about already
Yes.
because I called you at midnight
Yeah.
on the night it happened.
Yeah.
That maybe would be interesting if he does make an appearance in this movie.
Mhm.
We'll talk about the announcement
Yeah.
later because it's the big one.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see if he makes an appearance in this movie because it's so
Yeah.
obviously tied
Yeah.
together.
Right.
Yeah. But overall, everyone seemed to
I'm
quite
definitely
enjoy it.
interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested.
Good. Cool. Okay. So, Terry, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Fantastic Four First Steps?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Wow, that's decently high.
Yeah,
Nice.
just because of the premise of, I'm always been a fan of the characters I'm not a big fan of the books, but I'm a big fan of their villains, if that makes sense. Silver Surfer, well, not really a villain, Silver Surfer, but Galactus, Doctor Doom, those folks are just like the epitome of Marvel villains and heroes. So, yeah, if it brings a chance for those, then I'm happy.
Absolutely. So, obviously, they did the first thing that they did at D23 for Marvel was they obviously gave the props to Deadpool and Wolverine
Yes.
for hitting, I believe it was quite a high, I believe they hit 800 million when they came out with
Okay.
this. It should be bordering on $1 billion.
Yep.
And that's a big standard
Huge.
to hit for people. Let's be honest, a lot of Marvel films have hit $1 billion. For Deadpool, a rated R film, to hit $1 billion is a huge win for them.
Yeah.
Huge win.
Yeah.
Rated R films, no matter how popular they are,
Yeah.
very rarely hit
Yeah,
$1 billion.
absolutely.
So this is a huge win for Marvel. Good for them. I thought the movie was pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. So moving right along, next thing, Anthony Mackie took the stage and he teased some more Brave New World Captain America 4 footage.
Yeah, I've seen some trailers for this. I don't know if it was D23 or not, but I did see a couple of trailers. Well, I saw a trailer and then I saw some stills.
Right.
The trailer actually has me interested.
I
though.
am warming up to this movie
I'm
pretty
actually
quickly.
interested in it.
I think that Harrison Ford
Just what I was about
probably-
to say. The Harrison Ford thing has me really interested.
And I don't think he would just sign up to sign up. Harrison Ford's pretty darn picky these days about what he does.
yeah,
and
because let's face it, he's Harrison Ford. He does not need money.
yeah, he doesn't
So
need
it's
money.
like-
He can just make another Indiana Jones movie
Yeah.
and make $150 million.
Or he can
It doesn't matter.
reprise Han in something.
Yeah.
You know, this is just one of those. I think that he read the script and was like, yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah, and I think the footage they did show first footage of Red Hulk.
Oh,
At
okay,
the-
I haven't seen that yet.
Well, they showed it at the con. I
Nice.
did not get to see it, but
Okay.
apparently people said not only did it look good, it did they actually made it look a little bit like Harrison. So
Oh,
that's kind of
good,
cool.
good.
Yeah, that's
good.
pretty cool.
Kind of like what they did with Hulk with Ruffalo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is
Nice.
exciting.
Yeah, very
so
exciting.
I like that. 1 to 10 rating for Brave New World. Let's hear it.
I'm going to go 8.
8? Even
it
higher
actually
than
has me very.
Wow.
The trailer I saw actually has me interested.
You know what? I'll agree with you. I think it's an 8 as well.
Yeah, it has me really interested.
And more than anything, I think we just need some color in our movies. And I freaking love. Yeah, no, you know my thoughts on this.
Yeah.
And I am a massive Anthony Mackie fan. I think he's down to earth.
Oh, yeah, I like him a lot.
He is one of the nicest. Every single person that works with him, they becomes best friends with him. I think that it's easy to root for this guy, and I think he looks fantastic as the new Captain America.
At first, I was kind of but after the series and now seeing him in this, I'm like, okay, yeah.
He feels like Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing, and here's a more controversial one that they teased. Excuse me. Ryan Coogler joined the stage, famed director of Black Panther.
Yes.
And teased the very often delayed, incredibly delayed
Don't
Ironheart TV show, which is still coming out. It was supposed to debut 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it was
I know.
supposed to debut 2 years ago.
I kind of had just forgotten all about it. So
I don't know. I think that this is listen, I don't know what is keeping this from coming out, but it needs to come out, and then just they need to move on.
Yeah, whether it's good or it's bad, whatever, just get it out.
Because in my opinion, Ryan Coogler is too talented a filmmaker to be stuck on a project like this. They need to have him doing big movies. I'm a little shocked, if I'm going to be completely honest, that Ryan Coogler was not extended the opportunity to direct the last Avengers movies.
Yep.
I think he's probably, out of all the directors they have on their roster, he's probably one of the most accomplished, especially in the indie world. He's gotten Oscar nominations for his other films. I think he would have been a great thing. I think this show, not necessarily beneath him, but I do think it keeps his schedule from opening up for bigger and better things.
Yeah, because I would when I never mind. I'll talk about that later. That was never mind.
All right. So, what is your excitement level 1 to 10 for Ironheart?
4. That's pushing it probably.
I think 4.
I didn't like her in the movie.
I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah, I didn't like her in the movie.
I didn't like her in the movie,
and it's not the actress. 'Cause I like the actress. It's the character.
I think she's fine. I think the character has no flavor.
The character fell flat.
It's
just
so
like,
flat. There's no
whether she lived, she died, she did anything. I didn't care.
Yeah,
I did not care.
No, it does not matter. And I just there's no. The problem is, I think she's too perfect. They didn't give her any character flaws. Really.
Right.
She's just all she is doing is trying to live up to the hype of Tony Stark. Fine, you could do that.
Yep.
But then what's after that?
But,
are you dealing with personal stuff?
Yeah.
Are you dealing with like what makes you human? What makes me connect to you?
Yeah.
There's just nothing there.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, moving on. Oh, and this is my favorite announcement Marvel did. By far. This is actually my number one.
Wait.
It's not even close.
Marvel dead?
Huh?
Marvel dead?
No. This is dead.
Oh, I thought you said dead. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait.
Like
zombies? Yeah, that would have been so cool. No.
Okay.
We're not
Now
that
I'm
cool
in.
anymore. Yeah. This is the coolest thing I think Marvel pulled out during this presentation. Daredevil. What is the title? Born Again TV show. Footage was revealed. Cast came on stage.
Yep.
Absolutely excellent.
You showed me this yesterday.
I showed you the footage before it was pulled off the internet.
And wow.
This is currently, in my opinion, the best property that Marvel is still working on.
It looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
And I love to see who all they're bringing back.
And it's a big deal that they're bringing these people back.
Oh.
Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, and Barenthal. These are, especially Barenthal. Barenthal is coming back to play effectively a side character. He is a leading man through and through.
Yep.
This means a lot that he is willing to come back to this project. That means he really believes in it. He thinks it's going to be amazing.
Yep.
This is a big deal.
And that character, the Punisher, is amazing.
Especially,
those two series were really two of the best Marvel has done.
By far.
The Daredevil series was great, and D'Onofrio's Kingpin is spot on. There could not have been better casting.
It's probably the best character that has come out of the TV universe.
And it
Marvel.
couldn't have been written any better, I don't think.
No.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
And for me, I love the Punisher. I love the grittiness. I love the violence. I loved Frank Castle.
They did it right.
Being Frank Castle.
Yep.
And if you're a criminal, you're going to die.
Yeah. No.
Done.
They did not pull the PG-13 on it. They let it be rated R.
Which
it's great.
This series looks like it's going to be R as
rated
well,
R,
from what I saw. Yeah. Which
and
Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox is probably the most understated actor on Marvel right now. He is a perfect.
And I think he plays it so well. He plays Matt Murdock so well.
The duality of Matt Murdock is so perfectly explained because there is that hidden rage within Matt Murdock. And then, I think there's a lot more that they're going to explore in this show. There's a lot more of Daredevil and Kingpin working closer together, it seemed in the trailer. And that is like, sign me up. They brought back Bullseye. They brought back Foggy and Karen. They brought back.
And a surprise villain.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and then
which is
White Tiger.
Yeah.
The announcement.
I wasn't going to say the name, but go ahead.
Oh, well, that's in the
it'll
trailer.
be announced,
It'll be announced. But I think the actor had already been announced for it. But
Which,
White Tiger, wow.
Yeah. Like when we were watching it, that I know you liked the ending scene, but I actually enjoyed the scene of Matt and Kingpin talking
that was
at the table.
Incredible. Yeah.
That was so riveting to me. It was like, damn. Yeah. I love it. Love it. Cannot wait for that. That's 10. That's a 10.
10 out of 10 for your
excitement.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that.
That is going to be my number one.
Absolutely stoked.
After that, we had something I wasn't really expecting, and I don't really know how I feel about it. The other Disney Plus TV show coming out, Agatha All Along. The Agatha, basically with Catherine Hahn.
I saw that trailer, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Watching the trailer, it honestly felt like a straight-up Disney series, not a Marvel franchise at all. It seemed like a Disney series.
You know, and I think this is going to be an interesting show because the people who are directing it are these two fantastically, terrifically talented women who happen to be Oscar-winning songwriters. They were not directors before this. They were composers before this.
Okay.
So I actually don't think they've marketed this movie probably correctly. I think this entire show is a musical. If I'm not wrong. I think this show is a musical, and I think that is so interesting because Marvel does not take risks like that to make weird and different things like that. And I think what a perfect property to do it with Agatha.
Yeah, because the way she started in WandaVision, which to me was the first time Marvel really took a chance with something completely different and out of this world. And that was that series that, to be really honest, when I first watched the first episode, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. But then after I watched 2, 3, I was like, okay, this has legs. I like what they're doing with it. It's different. I like the back and forth between the time between, the 60s, 70s kind of thing in it. I actually loved it. So if it's kind of done on that scale but with a musical instead, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a 6.
Yeah, it's not one of those that I'm actually like, oh my god, but it is definitely a solid 5, 5.5.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
I think it's a risk for Marvel, but I like that it's a risk for Marvel.
Yeah, they need to do.
They need
to
this
take
more.
risks.
Yeah.
Instead of what they've been doing with
cookie cutter movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's take some chances.
Copy and paste stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is probably the biggest thing. And it is a 2-parter.
Okay.
First off, Kevin Feige, Marvel, rebranding the first Avengers movie that is to come out in 2026 as Avengers Doomsday.
Yes.
And with that title, obviously, revealing who they are going to let play Doctor Doom.
So let me
Big
preface
moment.
this with, this came out the weekend that this news dropped, the weekend that I was in Corpus Christi at Corpus Christi Comic Con. It came out was it Saturday or Friday? Can't remember if it was Friday or Saturday. But the next day at the con, the buzz around the whole convention center was insane. All about this one topic. This one actor who said, hey, guess what? I'm back. And, of course, that actor is Robert Downey Jr.
Who else, right?
Which I can only imagine, and I haven't seen any of the footage from D23 or anything, but I can only imagine the reaction from the crowd there that if he came out and walked out, they lost their minds. For you comic folks that know, well, first of all, he announced, Robert Downey Jr. is back, but not as Tony Stark. He's going to be Dr. Doom, which some of you are like, what? Huh? If you're comic fans like me, a super nerd, there was a series called Infamous Iron Man that basically AI Tony Stark was Victor Von Doom. And it was a really, really, really good 12-part series. It was done really well, and those books since have rocketed all Doctor Doom things. Even Iron Man's gotten a boost, but all Doctor Doom things are ridiculous right now. But this announcement kind of shook, like I said, it shook the entire con. It was all people were talking about. In saying that, there were some big name guests at this con who themselves were talking about it. Lou Ferrigno talked about this announcement and what it meant for the Marvel Universe, because he's been a part of the Marvel Universe in cameos in different movies. And of course his similar role as the Hulk back in the 70s, 80s series. But Robert Downey Jr. coming back and agreeing to do this, I think, says a lot for his belief in this character, because I don't think that he would just randomly come back if it didn't make sense, or if he didn't feel that it would be one of those where I don't see it being a one-off. It could be, but I don't see it being just a one-off movie where I'm back as Doom and then he's gone. I think it's going to be more than that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm torn on it. At first, I was obviously incredibly excited because that's just a hype thing. You hear that news and you're like, holy shit, how does this work? What the fuck? Wasn't expecting this type stuff. And I do think it can work. I'm actually more of a purist cinema guy. I think that if they never even... I think it's an audience thing. A lot of people are like, well, how can he be Dr. Doom? He's like, well, he can just play Dr. Doom. They never have to kind of... And this is an unpopular thing because people are like, no, he looks like that guy. It's been done many times in cinema over and over again where a character, a person will play multiple people in the same movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he can just be Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
That's what he could do. I don't think they're going to do that.
And I think he has the acting chops that he could do that.
I do.
But I agree with you. I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think they're going to, because I think it's too recognizable. It's too synonymous in this branding. And Marvel is pushed by marketing and focus groups right now. So they're obviously thinking about, okay, how do we make this work?
Yeah.
I think that it's a good move to get hype levels up. Creatively, I'm a little torn. I would have loved to just, I'm straight up, if you're going to have one person play two characters in the same universe, I mean, in my opinion, my number one person I wanted to see play Dr. Doom was Mads Mikkelsen. And
he would have been great. Yeah, he would have been great.
He's got the Eastern European accent. He's older. He is the most intimidating person you've ever met in your life. Yeah. He's been a prime villain before. He was obviously the famous villain in James Bond Casino Royale. Yep. He would have been my... And he
had that standalone movie.
He's been in so many things.
He was an amazing... But he was like a vigilante type I can't think of what it was called, but he was amazing in it. I can't think of what it was called.
He's been in quite a few, and then he was the bad guy in Doctor Strange 1.
Yeah.
So but nobody remembers that,
Right.
that guy.
Yeah.
Nobody even remembers his name.
No.
So he just kind of disappears in the ether. Why don't have him be?
Yeah,
Dr.
he would be
Doom?
good. Yeah, he would be a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna. So for my excitement levels, my overall levels on this, I'm going to give this a 5.5 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 7 because I'm getting some form of Doom, which I've been waiting on.
Which Doom played by a good actor is important. I give them props for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I give them props for that.
I wish, but again, like you, I wish it would have been a standalone actor, someone new to the Marvel continuity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still interested in it. It's Robert Downey Jr. I like everything that he's in. So I'm going to give it a shot. Just because he signed up for it makes me think it's going to be okay. And I can get past that. I mean, we'll talk about that, man, in another episode, the people playing different characters.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it gets people excited for Marvel again, and that's an important thing.
That is exactly what it did.
Yeah.
The buzz from that, between the people at the con, between Facebook, between Twitter, between Instagram, just message boards going nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah. It was insane. It was nuts.
Yeah. So that was all the announcements from D23, Terry.
Nice.
It was a pretty eventful D23.
Some interesting things.
I mean, that's what Marvel announcements from D23.
Of course.
Obviously, they announced like Toy Story 5 and they announced Incredibles 3, which is cool.
Yeah, the Incredibles 3 I'm interested in. I mean, I like the Incredibles. Toy Story, I'm kind of over it now.
They should have ended with 3. 3 was the perfect.
I'm kind of over it now, but
4 was
the Incredibles, they could. Yeah, I'm all in on the Incredibles.
100%.
Yep. So, well, I think that's a good point to wrap this one up, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, folks, for joining us again. We definitely appreciate you tuning in, listening, wherever you're listening. We are, of course, on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. Put your comments down there. Let us know what you think, what you want to see, what you want to hear, maybe some guests that you have in mind. I'm actually getting to know more and more people, so I'm asking more and more folks to be on. In fact, next week I'm going to have a guest on. Also, we are out there on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere podcasts are found. Please go out there, subscribe, listen to us, and again, let us know what's going on because we're not here without you, and we certainly appreciate it. Until next time, thank you, and we'll see you then. Peace.